Hey everybody, Ryan Bearden here. Welcome back to your next episode of your 5-minute AI fix. Today I'm going to be talking about AI workflows, the next evolution in AI adoption and productivity. But first, let's go back in time about 18 to 24 months. When early adopters were first experimenting with AI, they were using single task prompts, right? Like, write me a blog on this topic, or please research, or please analyze, summarize this article for me, right? And that was fine at the time. But the reality is that's not how real business works, and we know that. In business today, most any initiative or outcome involves multiple steps across multiple functions: research, strategy, planning, execution, review, optimization. But now, AI can help guide us through that entire thing in one guided workflow. Thanks to the vast improvements in the models today, both in speed and now especially reasoning, we can provide AI much more context than we ever could and actually have it complete multi-step tasks, multi-step process in one go. AI doesn't just do a task. AI thinks like a strategist. It plans like a consultant, and it executes like a team of specialists. And the best part is that anyone can execute these. You don't even have to be an expert in any one area to be able to effectively execute these workflows. So I want to show you what I mean. So I'm going to share my screen here, and what I've got here is I have on the left-hand side, what I have is a very basic prompt that I created, right? I made up this company, and here's what we sell: workforce management company. Here's what we sell. Here's who we sell it to. Here are the results that it drives. Hey, go write me a 4 email sequence. Cool. On the right-hand side, what we have here is we have a workflow, a multi-step workflow. And it's not just a prompt. It's a structured system that's going to guide the user towards every single step, through every single step of the process. It's going to bring in functional experts. It's going to ask questions. It's going to take input. It's going to craft strategic messaging, and it's even going to review and improve its own work. And I want to show you an example of this. So next, we're going to go to our trusty ChatGPT, and over here, we have that first prompt that I just showed you. So I plugged it into ChatGPT and hit go. And as you can imagine, it gave me 4 emails. Very simple, very basic, right? And are they great? No. Are they terrible? No, absolutely not. It gave me 4 emails in about 12 seconds and as a starting point, but they're not the most strategic emails. They're not very insightful. They're not very compelling, right? And why would I expect that? But it did give me a starting point very, very fast. Now we're going to switch over to our workflow, right? And this whole workflow was built around a marketing agency, right? So it's going to introduce itself as an agency account manager, and it's going to ask me for some input. Hey, I want some information. Tell me about the product you sell, who you sell it to, and the results that they achieve. So I literally put the exact same information from that last prompt in here. And the first thing it did is it synthesized this down into a single positioning statement. Looks pretty good. All right. Very cool. But we're still not quite ready to draft an email yet, right? So first it's going to do is going to go to a psychology expert who's going to give us some insights that it's uncovered about our ideal customer profile, like the outcomes that are going to most resonate with them, their dreams, right? What are their past failures, those things that might have gone wrong for them before? What are those unspoken concerns they have about us or solutions like ours, their fears, suspicions? Every buyer has suspicions. We know that. And then finally, what are those things that are going to block them from moving forward with us, the enemies? Very cool, right? But we're still not quite ready to start drafting emails. Why? Because now we want to build our stories. So we're going to work with a brand expert who is going to use the story brand framework and actually craft a story for us, a brand story, starting with the hero, the main character. That's our target audience. We're going to uncover the problems they have, right? External, internal, and philosophical problems. But then we're going to position ourselves as that trusted partner who understands them, that guide or that Sherpa, right? We're empathetic. We get it. We've been there. We know what they're going through, but we're also an authority. We've helped people like this before. We're going to give them a plan. That plan is going to call them to action. That's going to help them avoid failure and ultimately end in success. So before we even went and started drafting emails very quickly, we uncovered what we want to know about their deep insights about that ideal customer profile. And then we crafted our story around that customer profile. So now what we're doing is we're going to craft emails. And now, as you can also see, one important note is along the way, I am still playing a critical role here, right? Because I have to validate what it's telling me and say, hey, do I want to move on or do I want to give them more feedback? Do I want to redirect it at all? For the purposes of this, we're just moving on. As you can imagine, the first draft of these 4 emails are pretty incredible. Much, much, much better than the first one I showed you. And rightfully so, right? Because we use much more context, much more insights to draft them. But the emails are really, really strong. And the cool thing about these two is it's even giving us, for each one of them, it's going to give us a goal. Each email has its own unique goal, so it's smarter. But we're not quite done yet, right? Because now we're going to bring in the creative director, right? Another functional expert who's going to review these emails and they're going to look at what's working well, but what are some suggestions we could improve this email? And then what's an example how we can incorporate those suggestions? So the creative director came in and did that for every single email. Very, very good feedback, by the way. And it even gave us an overall tone recommendation across all 4 of them based on the psychological insights that we got from the first step of this. And now what's going to happen is they're going to go back and rewrite those 4 emails based on those suggestions. Pretty amazing. Now, this one single workflow went through all of this in about 20 minutes, was able to get this, and that was with reviewing everything. This is something that if you were to work with an outside agency or freelancers would probably take you 4 to 6 weeks and cost you $15,000+. But because we went from just a basic prompt to okay work to an actual guided workflow, we have much, much, much higher quality output that we've gotten it again. Again, very, very quickly we were able to get this. So that is AI workflows in a nutshell. And if your business is still experimenting with AI, these workflows are a great way to help take you from experimentation to value very, very quickly. And if you're interested in learning more about workflows, or maybe you want to talk about how to get some custom workflows developed for your business, I invite you to go to my website, beardandmarketing.com, and click Book a Strategy Call. I'll be more than happy to meet with you. I hope you found this helpful, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the 5-Minute AI Fix. Take care.